And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting set in our continuation of the chase towards the chase for the championship here in the Hersheys Cup Series Season 2. So we get ready to go under the lights here at the track. Too tough to tame, the lady in black. This is Darlington Raceway. And I'll tell you what, folks, this racetrack, the Mountain Dew Southern 500, all this on the line, there's just a feeling of nostalgia here. And this is one of the particular races that drivers kind of put on their checklist of one they want to be able to win at, along with the Daytona 500, the Indianapolis 400, all those different things. Brickyard 400, I said the name wrong there. Those are the kind of races they want to win at, the races that have the prestige, and this track, this race, is no exception. However, we ended up having something take place in our knockout qualifying session that has not happened yet to date. We can't say that anymore. You see the front row, Levi McIntyre in the 99, Emmanuel Hart in the 97. These two moved into an unprecedented fourth round of qualifying after the two of them tied for the pole position at the end of round 3. They battled it out. Levi McIntyre came out on top and starts on his second pole of the season. The last time Levi McIntyre sat on a pole position was back at Las Vegas. He ended up winning that race. Hartnett still looking for his first win of the season. Cole Baker, best career start of third place for the 18 car. And alongside of him, Austin Mongold will line up behind his teammate in the fourth position. So, Wrigley Motorsports starting second and fourth in tonight's event. Gonna be an interesting one, no doubt. I'm expecting some early caution flags, and I'll explain why in just a moment. But I have a feeling that this race could have potentiality at the end to go green, but we'll fill you in on all that in just a moment. Let's go down trackside and get the command to fire the engines up and get this race going.
Drivers, start your engine!
There's the command to fire them up. Look on the right side of your screen and you will see the starting lineup for this evening's race, as well as the overall point standings, chase points, and the chase towards the top 30 in the standings during the course of this race. Same ticker that we kind of had last week at Charlotte. So the reasoning of my thinking that this race is going to go caution-filled at the beginning and then probably go green towards the end. These drivers starting off double file here for the start of this race, and when they start double file, they have a need to sometimes go 3 wide. Double wide here is kind of testy. 3 wide is an absolute no-no. And so I'm thinking that starting off double wide, they're going to want to start getting really racy, gain as much track position as possible. When cautions do come out, and I expect they're going to, then we'll get single file restarts, and maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to keep it together, settle into a long green flag run, and maybe finish this race under the green flag. A lot of drivers want to be able to pick up their first win of the season, lock themselves in the chase for the championship. We'll see if it can be done here tonight. McIntyre, Hartnett, bring us down. The Mountain Dew Southern 500 is green. Inside line prevails early. McIntyre to the point, but he left the door open as he slips up through the middle of 1 and 2. Here comes Cole Baker to the bottom. Ooh, look out. McIntyre and Hartnett both up into the wall. Everyone's scattering to avoid them. A couple more drivers up in the wall there. Mongold, as well as Michael Norman. Oh, and we got a spinner in the back. Spin in the back. I don't know if that's enough to bring out a yellow flag or not. No, it's not. No caution. No caution flag yet. We did have a driver spin around the back as Cole Baker checks out. Cody Lamas in second. Zach Rogers right now in third. I don't know who it was that spun, but we are still under green flag conditions. I think it was Sanford. Charles Sanford, 2-time winner this season. Battle for the lead. Here comes Cody Lamas. After all that, we're still under the green flag. I don't know how, but we are. Whoa, Cole Baker up into the wall there. He'll get a Darlington stripe. I don't think there's going to be a person here tonight that's not going to get a Darlington stripe. As Cody Lamas to the lead, Hudson moves by Baker for third. Michaels to fourth, Shears to fifth, McIntosh into sixth. Now it's Cody Lamas out in front. Zach Rogers in second. Hudson to third. Top two have checked out by about a second, a little over a second. Then you got Hudson back there in third, Michaels in fourth. Oh, nope, Hudson got the wall. He'll lose third and fourth place to Michaels and McIntosh. Michaels now up to the third position. There's a couple of drivers on pit road. Oh, we got another spin! That's William Brock. Is there a caution? No, we're still green. It was one car, nobody hit him. We're still green flag racing. Sanford's the car on pit road getting the damage repaired on his Reese's Pieces Chevrolet. So Sanford spins on the front straightaway. William Brock spins on the front straightaway. 6 laps in, we're still green. Cody Lamas leading Zach Rogers. Joshua Michaels now into the third position. Out of the top 3, 2 of them are former winners in the Hersheys Cup Series, but neither one have won this season. Cody Lamas last season winning at M&M's, or either M&M's or Coca-Cola. I don't remember which one it was. It was one of those super speedways. And Joshua Michaels won last season at Pocono, but both of them still looking for their first wins of season 2. Highest running former winner this season right there in 5th place, Benjamin Miles. Going toe-to-toe with rookie Cole Baker for the 4th position. I believe that's 4th. Nope, that's 5th actually. Charles Sanford is off the lead lap now after having to make a pit stop after getting spun. He is 42nd and he is currently 2 laps off. Trent Dunham right now scored in 7th. Sega Chevrolet. Nathan Hudson has slipped back to 8th after we saw he had gotten the wall earlier. You see the Darlington stripe there. Austin Mongold 9th, and your top 10 is completed by Dougie Shears. Marie Minobi now in 11th. That's your top 15. James Richardson in 12th. Brandon Gonzalez 13th. 14th, Dylan Young, and Jessica Shelton now in 15th. This is kind of a home track for Jessica Shelton, a native of South Carolina, and this right here in Darlington, South Carolina, so she would love to be able to pick up a victory here at this track in particular. Also trying to complete the sweep for Retro Racing Enterprises, as both her teammates Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews have been to victory lane this season. Keep in mind too, Jessica Shelton running very well in the point standings, been very consistent this season, and a win could be a confirmed locked up spot in the chase for the championship. Smoke up ahead! But no caution. I don't know who that was. Oh, 3 wide. Cole Baker, Mongold, and Richardson. Richardson's fighting his way up here towards the front. He's now in the top 10, that 11 car. And we have a new second place driver behind Cody Lamas. That is Joshua Michaels. And it looks like Cody Lamas, the race leader, has got a Darlington stripe. Indeed he does. Well, if he didn't, he's got one now. He just got the wall off 4 again. About to catch up here to William Brock, who's on the tail end of the lead lap. We saw he had spun out earlier. And now he will fall off the lead lap, and he's going to get the wall off of 2 there, trying to give room to the Furniture Road Toyota. Michael's in second, trying to reel in Cody Lamas, and now he's got to get around William Brock, who gets the wall again. Kind of for a brief moment killed Michael's momentum, and that brings Dallas McIntosh into the picture. Both drivers will now clear William Brock, the now lap machine. And here comes the Cheez-It Ford all over the back bumper of the Aspen Dental Chevrolet. Zach Rogers has dropped back into 4th place now. Benjamin Miles 5th, 6th place Nathan Hudson. Richardson runs 7th. 8th is Dougie Shears. 9th, Brandon Gonzalez. And right now the battle for 10th between Trent Dunham and Cole Baker. Caution! Ryan Madden has looped it around. And our first caution of the night comes out here at lap 14. Cody Lamas will take the yellow flag, our first caution of the evening. He will file behind the pace car along with McIntosh, Michaels, Rogers, and Miles. That's your top 5. Let's take a look at a replay of what just happened. Well, we were going to take a look at a replay, but the drivers are coming to pit road, so we're going to cover these pit stops first, and then we'll go back and look at the replay. Lamas, McIntosh, Michaels, they're all in. It's going to be interesting, too, because you can see there's damage on the 78, there's no damage on the 16, no damage on the 10. Is Cody Lamas' team going to take the time to repair that damage, give up the track position? I see a little bit of front-end damage on Joshua Michaels' car as well. It might be just seeing things, but here we go. Who is going to be winning the race off of pit road? Let's go to our pit lane camera. Not the best pit lane camera. You kind of have to see cars from a distance, unfortunately. If Levi McIntyre gets down here, we can actually jump to the 99. There we go. Go to the 99 and watch the race off pit road. Richardson is going to win the battle off pit road. Contact off of pit lane between Zach Rogers and Emmanuel Hartnett. And there's the battle off the pit lane. Oh my goodness. Look at this. 3 wide between Minobi, Tellier, and Baker. And I'm not so certain the contact that we just saw there between Rogers and Hartnett was the only contact that took place on pit road. Man, oh man. So James Richardson will get out as the race leader over Joshua Michaels, Brandon Gonzalez, Zach Rogers, and Dallas McIntosh. Cody Lamas slips back to 6th place. And they didn't even repair the damage, so he just lost spots up pit road. Here comes Charles Sanford and William Brock, the 2 lap-down cars. They're going to come to pit lane. We're under caution for the first time here tonight at Darlington. We're going to go back and we're going to look at all the incidents involving Charles Sanford, William Brock, and then the one that brought out this caution with the 8 car of Ryan Madden. And I'm surprised we didn't see a whole lot more of this early on in this race, but here it was. James McLeod goes up. He's into the fence. Charles Sanford's trying to get low to avoid him, but Joseph Srigley's to the inside of him. Cat Tellier's to the inside of Srigley. And coming off the corner, I guess they might have just locked bumpers between Sanford and Srigley. And there goes Sanford off the nose of the Dunkin' Donuts Pepsi Max Chevrolet. Going to back it into the wall there. A little bit of front-end damage there. But it was down towards the pit wall. And so therefore, NNSCRA deciding not to throw a caution flag for it. And that hurt Charles Sanford in the fact that he had to come to pit road under green flag conditions to get that damage repaired, and it put him off the lead lap. And so Charles Sanford started the night off behind the 8 ball. 2-time winner this season, so, you know, he could afford a race like this. That's at least the good thing, but I'm certain he wanted to be able to get up there and mix it up with the others and a chance to maybe win his 3rd race of the season here tonight at Darlington. Let's take a look now and see what happened to William Brock. I think we may see the same exact situation, maybe the same exact kind of a spin. And this was very, very similar, except for the fact that William Brock actually spins himself around. Well, no, actually, no, he doesn't. Kyle Matthews gets into him there. Brock was trying to get around the car of Grayson Acavito, who had just gotten into the wall, and Matthews was to his inside. Exactly the same kind of thing that happened to Sanford, though. And look at that. Almost literally spun in the same tire marks as Sanford, except I think Brock's car spun a little bit further down the front straightaway. But the car did not come up into the racing lane, did not come up in front of traffic. And there you see the race official up there on the top left. Perfect bird's eye view, not worthy of a caution. And so we remained green until this happened. And Ryan Madden, about maybe 5 laps before, had been up as high as 13th position. Then he dropped back to 27th, and he dropped back to 34th. This was a battle for 35th. Apparently his car not to his liking. And right here you can see Leon Alvarez. Oh, Alvarez gets the wall. And it looked like the sheet metal of the 8 car kind of latched into the 9. And that's what caused Ryan Madden to go around. And since he spun up in the higher groove there, that was why the caution came out for this spin and not the other 2. But Madden got the car refired, continued on, and managed to stay on the lead lap. So that is what brought out our first caution. Let's get ready now to go back for the restart. So James Richardson out in front. Maybe the racetrack has to have a monogram for Richardson to do good. He ended up winning at the Monster Mile, Dover International Raceway, and now he's leading here at the track Too Tough to Tame. He will restart as the leader. We're just past the halfway point in this race. Joshua Michaels second, Brandon Gonzalez third, Zach Rogers and Dallas McIntosh, that's your top 5. Your top 10, Cody Lamas in 6th, Stephanie Gardner 7th, James McLeod's 8th, 9th place is Nathan Hudson, and Jake Baskinger will complete your top 10. 2 drivers off the lead lap, Charles Sanford and William Brock. Brock 1 lap down 41st, Sanford 2 laps down 42nd. All 42 cars still running, 40 of them on the lead lap. And we're ready to go back racing. Took us to lap 13 for our first caution of the evening. You know what they say though, cautions breed cautions. So have we seen our last one? Or will this thing be a wreck fest to the end? Here we go, James Richardson waiting on the flagman. Green flag's out, we're back underway. Zach Rogers going to the inside line. Now we're going to have to see just how up to speed the 15 of Brock, the 03 of Sanford are. Looks like they are up to speed, so it was a good move there on the part of the 39 of Rogers. Wow, William Brock nearly slid up into the leader, James Richardson. Close call there. Oh, Michaels into the fence! Did he save it? He did! Great save by the 10, but that killed a lot of drivers' momentum on the high line. We're still green. What a save by Joshua Michaels. That car was slideways through the corner. New leader, Zach Rogers, Dallas McIntosh. A little contact with William Brock as he moves into second. And now will set his sights on the Shell Pennzoil Platinum Dodge. Oh, Sanford into the wall, and there you see the skid marks and the smoke from when Michaels was into the fence. And here comes Cody Lamas up to the 3rd position. Caution! Second one of the night. Surprisingly, it didn't come out sooner. It looks like this time it involves the rookie Cat Tellier. So the pace car will pick up the field once again. And pit road will be open this time. And it looks like nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to come to pit road here, at least in the top 10. Let's see if anybody further back decides to come to pit lane. Doesn't look like it. Everybody else is going to stay out. I believe that's the car that may have brought out the caution flag, rookie Cat Tellier. So, we'll step aside, take a look at a replay of what brought out this, our second caution of the evening here at Darlington. Well, almost identical to what we saw happen to Joshua Michaels a little bit earlier. There you see Cat Tellier's going to get just where that safer barrier juts out. But unfortunately, she's not able to keep the car straightened, and the car is going to turn around on her facing the wrong direction towards oncoming traffic. And so therefore, NNSCRA throwing out the caution flag this time. Now, we're going to actually look back real quickly. We're going to rewind it. Why are drivers having difficulty there heading into turn 3? We're going to show you exactly why. Watch right here when we come down into turn 3. Okay, we're watching the 35. Right there is where the initial contact is made. If you'll notice, that is the safer barrier. There's one in turns 1 and 2. There's one here in 3 and 4. It juts out just the least little bit. And so drivers, if they make too high an entry heading into 3, they're going to hit that spot. We saw Joshua Michaels hit it. We've now seen Cat Tellier hit it. A couple of other drivers have also hit that area. And so that is why we are seeing drivers nearly lose it in the entrance to 3. They're making contact with where that outside safer barrier just juts out for the entrance of turn number 3. That is what puts us under the caution. Let's go back now for the restart. So we are now 24 laps in. We'll get the restart on lap 25, giving us 13 laps to go. We've worked 2 caution flags. Ironically enough, we've had 4 incidents, but only 2 caution flags. And all 4 incidents have been really single car affairs. Charles Sanford spun, William Brock spun, Ryan Madden spun, and Cat Tellier, our most recent caution, spinning out. We have not really had, technically a multi-car wreck here tonight, which is really quite surprising, especially with the past history that this series has with this racetrack. Getting ready to go back green, your top 10. Zach Rogers, Dallas McIntosh, Cody Lamas, James McLeod right now up in 4th. Jake Baskinger moved from 10th to 5th after that restart. Miles is 6th. Grayson Acavito's now in the top 10 and 7th. I don't know where that 66 came from. Joshua Michaels, Nathan Hudson, and Stephanie Gardner complete your top 10. Talk about somebody else, where did he come from? Chris Dodd is up to 11th on this restart. Jessica Shelton, 12th. Green flag back out here with 13 to go. Zach Rogers got himself a good start trying to clear Charles Sanford, but nothing doing. Sanford battles back on the inside line. And now Cody Lamas going to switch lanes. He'll go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, I thought Rogers took that turn a little too high. So did McIntosh, and Cody Lamas goes by for the lead. McLeod moves to 2nd. Baskinger to 3rd, battle for 4th. Acavito to the inside of Benjamin Miles. And now Cody Lamas having to deal with lap traffic, who are right now battling with each other. It's not even for position. Brock's 1 lap down, Sanford 2 laps down, but they're still battling. Cody Lamas looking for a lane to open up as Sanford gets the wall heading into 3. And now he's going to drop back. And Lamas is going to be able to forge a hole to the inside of William Brock. McLeod, Baskinger, they're going to follow him through. Michaels now gets held up on the high side. He lost a spot to Nathan Hudson. I think he may have just lost one to Chris Dodd. Look at that '08 car. Where in the world is he getting this speed? Here comes Shelton up to 6th. We got some new players up here at the front. Baskinger, Dodd, Shelton. But they're all chasing Cody Lamas. And Baskinger will lose 3rd to Hudson. Oh, we had another spin on the front straightaway. But the caution didn't come out, and the battle for the lead is on, and it's over. McLeod to the point. Hudson moves to 2nd. Dodd into 3rd. And here comes Hudson for the lead. Keep in mind, that car just picked up a charter a couple weeks ago. Now he's got nothing to lose. He wants to find victory lane. Dodd moves to 2nd. Shelton to 3rd. McLeod slips back to 4th. Caution. Caution is out. For the 3rd time tonight, we're going to have a shootout to finish this race, with Nathan Hudson leading the way. And there's a whole host of candidates back here who could have been that spin in the front straightaway. Circuli, Norman, Galligan, Baker. Who knows which one it was. And I don't even know what the caution actually came out for. Scan pit road, see if anybody's sitting there. No, there's nobody on pit road. So I don't know what this caution came out for, but we're about to. And we will have less than 10 to go when we go back green. It's Hudson, Chris Dodd, Jessica Shelton, James McLeod, and Zach Rogers now back up to 5th. Let's take a look at a replay and then come back. I can't wait for this green flag to come out. This is going to be one crazy finish. Well, this was not the caution, but this was the incident on the front straightaway. And here you see it. They were almost 4 wide. Anthony McCurry, last week's winner, slips by John Arndt and Cole Baker. Baker trying to get to the inside of Trent Dunham. John Arndt's already there. And just like we've seen 2 other times tonight, that car on the inside hooks around the car on the outside. And there you see Baker spins it down the front straightaway. There's some other smoke right there. I'm not really sure where that came from. More smoke right there on the front straightaway. Almost makes me want to rewind and just see here if we can find out what happened with that smoke. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we can always give it a try. Let's see. Smoke lingering right there. And it was... Oh, there was another car. It was Galligan. Galligan in the 48. About a lap earlier. Gets spun on the front straightaway. Now, there were no skid marks that time, so that's why we didn't see it. Contact between himself and Joshua Sakuli. Again, someone trying to get around Trent Dunham. And there you see it. Galligan gets spun off the nose of the 47. But neither one of these incidents brought out the caution flag. So let's find out what initially did bring out this yellow flag here to set us up for this shootout. Well, here it was. This had been the most congested area of the pack. This is where Galligan spun, this is where Cole Baker spun, and then the incident takes place right here. Levi McIntyre up into the wall, Michael Norman trying to get by, gets into the back of him, gets loose, then comes down into Joshua Sekuli. They're going to spin up the racetrack, sandwiches Levi McIntyre into the wall. Levi actually, 2 tires left the ground. And then I think everybody else avoids him, but I'm not certain. Yeah, everybody else does a nice job of staying to the high side and avoiding that incident. So just about everybody we saw there at the tail end of the field that we had for candidates, they all got involved in something at one point or another. Galligan, Baker, Sekuli, and Norman, along with our pole sitter, Levi McIntyre. So, could be our final caution of the evening. Fingers crossed. Let's go back now, get ready for the shootout to finish out tonight's event here at Darlington. Pace car has peeled off. Here we go. It will be 5-lap shootout to finish it at Darlington. Nathan Hudson gets us back underway. And here comes Chris Dodd for second, or from second place for the lead. If the caution comes out, race will end at the line. Shelton, big run out of 2. Will she make the move for the lead? Here she comes. Going for the top position. Chris Dodd trying to hang on, but he gets the wall. Shelton to the point. Hudson moves to second. McLeod to third. Rogers to fourth. Cody Lamas now to fifth. Caution! Caution, the race is over. Wreck in the back. Zach Flickinger spins in front of the field. The race will end, I believe, under the yellow flag, and Shelton will win. We hit the stripe with 4 to go. I don't think we'll get back green. If we do, I'll be shocked. Right now, if the race ends under caution, Jessica Shelton has won her first race of her Hersheys Cup Series career at her home track. Oh, wow. Brandon Gonzalez, the points leader. Stephanie Gardner involved as well. Trent Dunham, William Brock, Carson Scott. This was a big wreck. Daniel Voiles is on the pit lane. Charles Sanford was in it. Tim Walsh has got quite a bit of front end damage. And look at all the Darlington stripes. I don't think there's a single car that has a clean right side. They just took 3 to go. If we get back green, it's going to be a miracle. We could have a 1-lap shootout, but I think this race is going to end at a caution. Regardless, we're going to look back at a replay of what could potentially be our final caution of the day. Jessica Shelton's hoping that the lights on that pace car stay on until we see the white flag. But we'll be right back to cover the final few laps of this race. Well, here's what happened. Dylan Poteet up and into the wall. Zach Flickinger going to try and split it 3 wide between Poteet and Alvarez just kind of runs him out of room. Alvarez gets turned up into the fence. Nowhere for Marie Minobi to go. Grayson Acavito is going to get a piece of it there. And then just watch it all congest here on the front straightaway. Acavito gets the wall. There's Tim Walsh getting a piece of it. There's Levi McIntyre getting a piece. Minobi slams into Zach Flickinger. Outside pole sitter Emmanuel Hartnett gets through, but it's not over. Smoke covering the front straightaway. You think there's room to be able to maneuver? Well, apparently not. Oh, we had an incident further up here. Daniel Voiles and Charles Sanford, along with Jake Baskinger. Oh, Baskinger gets put into the wall by Chris Dodd, it looks like. Oh, no. Something here out of 4. Dodd was in the wall. Oh, and then Baskinger and Michaels try going 3 wide with him. Side swipe there by the 59, then gets into the 10 of Michaels. Gets turned up into the outside wall. Right there, contact with the right rear sends him down into Kyle Keith. Back up and into the wall again, and then he's going to bounce off down into Daniel Voiles and Charles Sanford. However, this does not account for the damage sustained by either the points leader Brandon Gonzalez or the 82 of Stephanie Gardner. Let's see if we can find out what happened to those two. Okay, apparently their incident took place even further back. Yes, it did. Possibly out of turn 2. Oh, wow, we had another multi-car wreck here. Actually, we had a couple of multi-car wrecks. Let's first start with this one up here, which unfortunately we can't see. There we go. Starts with Fitzwater, it looks like, in the 76. Yep. He and JT Bryant going 3 wide with James Richardson. We had 4 wrecks people on this lap. Right there. Contact. Wheels make contact. And there goes both Fitzwater and JT Bryant into the wall. Carson Scott spins around further back, and then he gets jacked up by Stephanie Gardner in the 82. And Trent Dunham gets involved there. Brandon Gonzalez is going to get nailed right there by Stephanie Gardner. Wow, Joseph Strigley just barely gets through, as does Cole Baker, Michael Norman, Sean Galligan, Joshua Cooley. William Brock getting a piece of that one there too. Dougie Shears caught up on the high side. Boy, a lot of stuff going on here, but now we got to find out, does the race end under caution, or do we have a one-lap shootout? We're going to go back and find out right now. As I suspected, this race will end under the caution flag, and Jessica Shelton will be picking up her first Hersheys Cup Series win of her career and first of the season here tonight at Darlington Raceway, barring any mechanical issues taking place in this last 1.5 laps. Nathan Hudson will finish second, James McLeod third, fourth place Zach Rogers. So rookies will finish second, third, and fourth. And Cody Lamas will finish the night out in the 5th position. Your top 10 will be Benjamin Miles, Dallas McIntosh, Joshua Michaels, and how about Kyle Keith? Kyle Keith is going to finish in 9th place tonight ahead of teammate Ryan Madden. Are you kidding me? Kyle Keith trying to make his way into the top 30 in points, and he somehow, someway, is going to be able to get himself a top 10 finish. White flag over the hood of Jessica Shelton. Now, not only does this mean that Jessica Shelton gets her first win of the season and first win of her career, it also means Jessica Shelton, with where she's running in points, is in a great position to make this season's chase for the championship, but also it is the 4th win of the season for Retro Racing Enterprises, and Jessica Shelton now becomes the 3rd Retro Racing Enterprises driver to go to victory lane this season. Charles Sanford, 2 wins at Atlanta and Talladega. Kyle Matthews winning the season opening Daytona 500. And now Shelton completes the sweep for the 3-car team, as she will win here tonight at Darlington. 2 more corners at 60 miles per hour. Just to put in perspective what Shelton had to do, she restarted 12th after our last restart and worked her, 12th after 2 restarts ago, I should say. Restarted 3rd on the last restart. Had to work her way into the top 10 before she could concentrate on battling for the lead and taking the win here tonight. Off turn 4. Mechanical issue wouldn't matter. She'd be able to coast to the line from here. Jessica Shelton is going to capture her first win of the season, first win of her career. She takes the checkered flag in the Mountain Dew Southern 500 here tonight at Darlington. What a race. That was a great race. Standings will be complete as soon as the remaining drivers cross the line. Apparently they have already. So, we already went down through the top 10. Jake Baskinger, Chris Dodd, they'll finish in 11th and 12th. Mongold in 13th. Alvarez 14th. Kyle Matthews will finish in 15th. Last week's winner, Anthony McCurry 16th. Acavito 17th. Dylan Young, who started this race dead last, he'll finish 18th. Emmanuel Hart, an outside pole sitter, will finish 19th. And Zach Flickinger will finish in 20th. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. Up to the point of that last wreck, we had no drivers out of the race. Well, unfortunately, that last wreck took out 8 drivers: Voiles, Dunham, Polsitter, Levi McIntyre, Marie Minobi, Stephanie Gardner, William Brock, Brandon Gonzalez, and Charles Sanford. So there is your finishing results from tonight's race here at Darlington. And as far as the battle for the two drivers, Kyle Keith and Joshua Sekuli, try and get in the top 30 in points. Ninth place for Kyle Keith. Sekuli, on the other hand, finished the evening in the 29th position. So not exactly the best of runs tonight for him. Best career finish, I believe, for Nathan Hudson in second place. And being a chartered car, I would watch out for that 7 machine in the upcoming weeks. He could be a driver that could also join the ranks of Kyle Keith and Joshua Sekuli, is trying to win a race and get into the top 30 in the point standings as well. And of course, we documented Brandon Gonzalez out of the race in the 41st position. We'll have to see if his points lead gets cut down or if he'll lose his points lead heading into next week. Speaking of next week, we're going to go from the East Coast back over to the West Coast. We'll be racing in the desert at Phoenix International Raceway, so that should be a very interesting race, no doubt about that. And we'll see if we may end up having yet another driver put their name in the hunt for a spot in this season's chase for the championship. Jessica Shelton has just done that with her win here tonight at her home track of Darlington. Thank you all much for tuning in to tonight's race. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to Kapar the Crew today. Again, we'll show you down your full finishing results from this evening's race. Next week, we'll see you at Phoenix. Here come your rookie point standings as well as your overall point standings as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its Best. Good night from Darlington Raceway.